One stage remaining in the Grassroots Trust New Zealand Cycle Classic, 142 kilometres, and it's Aaron Gate still in the Tour leader's yellow jersey with a 1 minute 9 second advantage. On paper, the stage looks really straightforward, but nothing's ever straightforward in the world of cycling.
Today's a really difficult race, I think, with all the corners and stuff, so it's pretty hard to tell what's going on today.
So you think today could be quite a tough day, because on paper it looks very easy?
Yeah, it looks very easy, but if they're really riding full gas, so it's hurts everybody, and also if you have to sprint out of every corner and stuff, and maybe some wind comes also up, and then it can get really, really hard. So we will see.
Yeah, we expect the other teams to be very aggressive today. As I say, it's not over until the fat lady sings, and we're not taking anything for granted. It's nice to think that we have the firepower to keep anything under control, but we've got some really strong teams here. The Swiss are super aggressive. The Drapac guys, the Bridgeland guys. All these teams, they're all super aggressive, so it's we just got to be careful.
Jesse, fantastic ride yesterday up the climb. Moved yourself up into second place on the general classification.
Yeah, really happy. Been targeting that stage since the start of the tour, and really pleased to pull it off and get the win.
1 minute 9 back to Aaron Gate. What's the plan for today?
To be honest, Gatey's been riding super strong, and he's put in a really good GC ride. He's there from day one. We'll do everything we can, and make sure we're positioning ourselves well, and be up there in the final sprint. And who knows? It's still one stage to go.
Zach Prendergast doing his best impersonation of a traffic conductor. He is, in fact, one of New Zealand's top UCI commissaires, as the riders make their way out onto the course. Just heading through Cambridge. A little bit of an idea of which way they'll be coming back into the finish in 143 kilometres. The race director, George Sandoval, drives the Winger Suzuki. We have a look at the map of today. The Circuit of Champions, they'll head out around Tamahiri Drive, Penkara Road. They'll do 8 laps of a circuit out there before dropping into a little bit closer to town, Tapu Road, Peak Road, before finishing in Cambridge. So a great opportunity for spectators to be out on the course today to see the riders. As always, George Sandoval leading the peloton out, the race director of 32 years for the Grassroots Trust New Zealand Cycle Classic. He'll wind the Winger Suzuki up, pull away from the bunch, and racing will get underway. And as always, straight away, action begins. Morgan Smith this time. Team Ruland keen to stretch the legs right from the get-go. Drapac, they were onto that. Closed it down quite quickly. Aaron Gate is the tour leader, coming to the stage with a 1 minute 9 second advantage over Jesse Feitenby. Jay Vine just a little bit further back from Nero Bianchi. So a few teams of the job to do today. GD Pringle, Spoken Cycles will be looking after their rider. Theo Gilbertson, who's in the Foster's white under-23 classification leaders jersey. Searle Turi is in the Three Peaks Manuka Honey King of the Mountains jersey. He's the man in the about 5th wheel there going around the corner. And his teammate Stefan Bessinger in the BNZ Sprint Ace jersey, the all-green jersey. He's got a little bit of work to do on the stage today with a few sprints and, of course, the stage finish. So the peloton, they swing out onto the roads towards Tamahiri, where they'll complete 8 laps of the circuit. Circuit racing is a little bit, as we heard from Stefan, it can be a little bit harder than predicted. 2 riders keen to get into the action. Our most aggressive rider the other day, Reese Tucknott from Skoda Fuso. Blake Sunday from the AMR Renault team. Oliver's keen to shut that down. Of course, they've got the interests of Jesse Feitenby today. That's the rider they want to look after. Nice to see Seth Bartley out there getting some photos. The Swiss team, probably the most aggressive team on the tour. They've certainly tried to make the race every day. Evo Pro have covered everything. The only break the Swiss team missed was that very first one, the vital one on the first day that gave Aaron Gate, that 1 minute advantage. With him was Matthew Zenovic. Zenovic now dropped off after yesterday's finish up Mangakawa. He only sits though 1 minute 51 behind. So we see Regan Goff sneaking into a little move for the New Zealand national team. And the peloton. Quite happy the way things are. As another little break tries to go. Morgan Smith's in there. Bridge Lane. Scott Bowden. Oh, it's actually Paul Wright from the Ruland team. Reese Edwards leads them around the corner. So riders trying to get away, establish a little bit of a break. Some of the teams with the classification leaders will be quite happy for a break to go away. It does take some pressure off. Daniel Whitehouse, teammate of Aaron Gates in the Evo Pro. Cyril Turi, King of the Mountains leader, has had a great tour, come off the UCI Track World Cup at the Avantidrome. Benjamin Spenceley, the other rider in that little group. Now they've got some company from Drapac. Morgan Smith just tailing off a little bit. Left turn. So when you can flow around the corners like that, it's not too bad. But they can be a little bit stop-start. Sometimes you can break or someone can attack out of a corner. There's Matthew Zenovic, the man we spoke about before. 1 minute 51 on the general classification down, trying to get away, trying to get something going. Pull some time back. He's in the big chainring, bottom sprocket. Zenovic is on a mission. Cyril Turi with him for company. Wonder if he'll give him a bit of a hand. So an early move from Zenovic trying to get himself back up the general classification. Aaron Gate, he'll be keen to not really cover it. He's not too much of a threat to him at the moment. 1 minute 51 down. He's got Daniel Whitehouse on the front, doing the work for him. Evo Pro. Well, Cyrus Monk spent a fair bit of the tour on the front doing exactly that for Aaron Gate, covering the moves. Looking to do something similar. Future Pro Racing, trying to get something going. There's Gate in the yellow jersey, centre of the bunch. Well protected. St. George starting to get some riders to the front of the peloton as well. St. George Continental had high hopes coming into the race with Michael Vink, former tour winner. Bridge Lane also with the defending champion, Hayden McCormick. It's been the Aaron Gate show from Evo Pro Racing, dominated from day one. The pressure going on. Morgan Smith just feeling it a little bit. Jordan Kirby, he sits in there with the New Zealand team. Nero Pro, Bianchi, they're represented by Sam Hill, is on the front. Jordan Kirby, a part of the New Zealand Teams Pursuit team, former individual pursuit world champion. There's the last year's winner of the tour, Hayden McCormick from Bridge Lane in this move. Frank Pash from the Swiss team. Ethan Batt from the New Zealand national team. Thomas Green, GPM Schultz. So this is a good move. Some of the riders fair way down on the general classification. So no threat to the overall lead. Trying to establish a break. Look for the stage win. Drapac sitting there, midfield, all together, in the middle of the bunch. Of course, they've already had one victory on the tour into Te Awamutu. I'll be looking to do the same again today. Jensen Plower was the man that took the stage into Te Awamutu. There's Michael Vink. Didn't have his best day yesterday. Trying to salvage something. James Harvey doing the work on the front for Theo Gilbertson, looking after that. Under 23 Foster's Construction Leaders jersey. There's the time gap. We're going to get a time up. 2 minutes 20 to the front. So that's a healthy size gap as they head into Pickering Road towards around Tamaheri. So when it's strung out like that, you know, the pace is fairly decent. Remember, they're riding 143 kilometres. 700 kilometres in total was the tour. Hayden McCormick, time to pick up some water bottles from the team car. Little Suzuki's supplied by Cross Country Rentals for all the teams. Frank Pash just sitting behind him. Hayden loading up, so he just puts his hand out, just help him get into the back up into the 3 working riders while Hayden fills up, takes food on board. Thomas Green doing the work at the moment for GPM. GPM, a regular visitor to the Grassroots Trust New Zealand Cycle Classic. Always a well-run team. Ethan Batt, he's on a mission today, got this move going. Hayden McCormick quick to join him. Frank Pash up there for the Swiss national team. That'll suit Stefan Bessinger. The points. Well, he's got a teammate out there. The jersey, the green BNZ Sprint Haste jersey, safe. Zenovich, Joel Yates for company from Skoda. Zenovich super strong. He'll be hoping that Joel Yates can give him a few good hard turns, try and close that 2 minutes down. Zenovich trying to make his move to move up the general classification, his second attack of the day. You see all the teams in line, the Japanese team. SN Racing, they've got a very good sprinter in their team. Was up in the mix in the finish at Carapero. Joel Yates, Matt Zenovich chasing this front group. Remember the last time check was out over 2 minutes, so a big ask for Zenovich to get up to them and then try and drive the break and move himself up into the general classification. Remember, he started a couple of days ago. He was second overall, dropped down yesterday, but he's not out of it at 1 minute 51. Ethan Batt rockets around the corner. Here's Zenovich, so he's closing in on them. Yates is gone. Hasn't been able to stick with the strong man, Matthew Zenovich. Or he can see them, it's agonisingly close. If he can make contact, that'll put a lot of pressure on the teams back in the main peloton. But sitting in no man's land, you get so close, he's within probably 30, 40 seconds of them. But trying to close that last bit down, we'll have a look. The cars come around the corner, so Zenovich won't be too far behind. But making contact, there he is. Oh, agonisingly close, he can see them. He really needs to get there. Brave move from Matthew Zenovich. Ethan Batt, though, is not waiting. Or Hayden McCormick. McCormick trying to salvage something from the race. Also a member of the Te Aomuru Sports Cycling Club. Last year riding for the One Pro professional cycling team. There's Zenovich just trying to chase everything that passes him. The legs breaking up the little rise. It feels like a mountain when you're trying to close a gap like that. Oh, it's hurting. As low as he can go on the bike, the big gear, putting his back really into it. What a great ride by Matthew Zenovich, trying to bridge across to the leaders. He's put it all on the line, prepared to go out the back if he gets picked up or blows up, but to put it all on the line to try and win the tour and put some pressure on the top 3 on the general classification. St George Continental Cycling Team, they've got a great rider on their hands, on their books with Matthew Zenovich. You can still see those lead cars just in front of him. Hayden McCormick, as always, smooth on his bike, down on the drops. Thomas Green, he'll be hoping that this little break can stay away. Frank Pash just mills through. Hayden McCormick goes back. So they're starting to get the gap. It's closing to the peloton as well. Zenovich looks like he may have given up. The group just thinking about, hang on, who's going to work? No one, so Ethan Batt goes on his own. So Ethan Batt could sense the peloton were coming back, so he makes his bid for glory for the Vantage Windows Indoors. New Zealand road cycling team trying for a stage win. Ryan Christensen hit the deck on the first day. He's been riding with a little bit of bark off. He's had a pretty good tour, but just not where he'd want to be on the general classification. So Ethan Batt. Logan Griffin just sits there, second wheel, giving young Theo Gilbertson a dream ride, sitting in the peloton, looking after that Foster's Construction under 23 jersey. 13 seconds was his advantage as we come in towards the finish. Here we go, 800 metres to go. Bat's been picked up, Bridge Lane take over on the front, followed by Evo Pro, so they'll be looking probably towards Shane Archbold, the Flying Mallet. Aaron Gate, he's got the Flying Mallet on his wheel, so Gate leading out. Drapac 1-2 as they come into, over the little rise, they'll come into Queen Street, round the left hand, and then they'll swing right. Pretty tight finish. Here we go, Aaron Gate leading out. Theodore Yates, Jensen Plough right for Drapac. Shane Archbold coming down the outside on the left, but in the centre, Theodore Yates. Theodore Yates, can he get there for Drapac? Jensen Plough right. Theodore Yates. Yates takes it. It's a 1-2 for Drapac Cannondale. Shane Archbold, third place. Great ride by Archbold. But Drapac, too quick today. Congratulations all around. They're pretty stoked. The 1-2.
What a dream. Well done, lads.
Well, I saw the team from a few Ks out trying to get you into a position. I wasn't sure whether they're going to set it up for Jensen or yourself today. And first and second, great moment for the team.
Yeah, unbelievable ride by the boys. We kept our heads cool early on in the race when a couple of big moves went. So we didn't lose our cool, and coming into the finish, the boys rode really well. Pretty dicey finish there with that left-hander about a K out. But we played it cool, and then coming into the finish, just came off Jensen's wheel about 400 out, and just an absolute dream run, and the boys rode really well all day. So, yeah, this is good. It's good things for the future to come this year, so, yeah, super stoked.
Well, Aaron, this morning we said it should be a fairly straightforward stage on paper. Did it feel that way when you're out there?
More or less, yeah. Luckily, the guys kept the race controlled for us, and a break went away finally after much chasing. But it was it's also good fun too. It's good when you can go out and just have a good old bike race. So everyone was, I think, just about everyone in the peloton was getting amongst it for the first 40 or so K today, and then finally a small group chipped away, and the other teams were happy to keep it controlled because there was also second and third place on GC still up for grabs. So, I mean, tireless effort by the rest of our team all week though, so can't thank them enough. And thanks to Morgan and Johnny for getting the team off the ground to start with and coming out all the way out to New Zealand to give us a chance to race at home, us Kiwi boys. And thanks to George and all the race officials for making it happen. It's been a pretty amazing week and one that I'm definitely going to remember.
The 2019 Grassroots Trust New Zealand Cycle Classic. There we go, the classification champions of the Grassroots Trust New Zealand Cycle Classic. Confirming these stage results, Theodore Yates, Jensen Plowright, the 1-2 for Drapac, Shane Archibald, Hayato Yokomoto, Cameron Ivory and Blake Quick rounding out their top 6. General classification after 16 hours of racing, it's Aaron Gate from Jesse Feetenbeeve, Oliver's Real Food Racing, Jay Vine, Daniel Whitehouse, Thomas Labasse, Lionel Mountwood. Three Peaks Manuka Honey Ride New Zealand Cycling Festival was proud to present the 2019 Grassroots Trust New Zealand Cycle Classic.